13 extreme catamarans taking to the water to head up to take part in the Speed Cat run. This is the first time we've live streamed the Speed Cat run, so we hope you're going to enjoy what is certain to be a very, very entertaining few minutes of action. It basically runs in a knockout format, a bit like a car drag race. And the first two teams that will go up against each other will be the Fujairah Racing team against Skydive Dubai. Then Team Gibraltar and Rahib will go up against each other. Again, working in a knockout format. Spirit of Dubai will face Westerland Racing. Dubai Duty Free will be against Fazza. Moad will face Victory Team. Qatar Team will face Six, the Nicolini offshore boat. And Consul Brokers will face a Joker boat, which is a random one of a boat that lost its original tie, if that makes sense. Hopefully it'll become a little bit clearer towards the time. So it's going to be very entertaining to see what happens. There's no doubt about that, because the Speed Cat run is always nail-biting, really, because you never know who's going to come out on top. The last two Speed Cat runs have been won by Qatar team, who haven't been performing as strongly in the actual course racing element of the XCAT World Series, but they've got a boat that's very, very quick in a straight line, and you can see them all assembling themselves out on the lake. We're here still on Lake Maggiore. If you were watching us last weekend, we were on Lake Maggiore, but about a half an hour drive north of here in the town of Streza. We're now in the town of Arona for this round of the UIM Skydive Dubai XCAT World Series. And this will complete our European trip. After this, we'll head to China in early November before completing the championship in the UAE and Fujairah and Dubai in December. There's the Spirit of Dubai boat you can see. But we're waiting now for the first pair of boats to line up, and they will go along at about 25 miles an hour alongside the pace boat in the middle. And Pasquale Sassano will be the man on the pace boat with the flag. When he decides it's time to race, he lifts the flag and they head off up the straight, and then the first boat across the checker flag will win. It's really as simple as that, and it will be Fujairah Racing Team against Skydive Dubai for the first pairing of boats. We've got the helicopter up in the sky, so you'll be able to keep track of everything that's going on. And it'll be very, very entertaining to see what this will bring. There you can see a fantastic vista over Lake Maggiore. The castle, a fantastic spectacle. The boats all assembled, some spectators down there in boats as well. And essentially from the right of the screen to the left of the screen is the Speed Cat run. As the boats where they are assembled there will then fly down to the left, and you can just see kind of in the top left-hand corner of the screen now the two checkered buoys with the red cone in the middle. That is the finish line. So there's the Pace Cat, specially designed by Victory Team to be the pace boat for the UIM Skydive Dubai XCAT World Series. And as I say, Qatar have won the last two. Will they make it 3 in a row, which would be very impressive? But the first pairing, as I say, will be the Fujairah Racing Team versus Skydive Dubai. Skydive Dubai, a team who are very, very strong when it comes to the course racing. They won the last race in Stresa, but in these straight shootouts that are all about power, it could be different. So it looks as though we've got Fujairah and Skydive Dubai making their way towards the start line. There is the Pace Cat. Pasquale has the flag, and we should be seeing, there's the finish line as well with the buoy. We should be seeing Fujairah and Skydive Dubai lining up alongside one another in order to attack the course. There they are. So Skydive Dubai on the left-hand side, the white boat, boat number 7, Rashid Al-Taya driving, Jay Price on the throttle. And alongside them is the Fujairah Racing Team, Serafino Barlesi and Richard George. So the first run is about to get underway when the green flag is lifted. Keep your eyes on that middle boat, because then the action will be underway when Pasquale decides the two boats are alongside each other enough. As they come towards the green buoy, that signifies the start. And away we go, there's the green flag. Fujairah Racing Team pulling off, but it looks as though Skydive Dubai got a decent start as they roar down towards the finish line here. The angles are deceiving. It looks to me as though Skydive Dubai are slightly in front at the moment. As we come towards the checker flag, it's going to be very, very close though, isn't it? Skydive Dubai now starting to stretch their legs. And Skydive Dubai take the win, finishing about 1.5 boat lengths in front of Fujairah Racing Team at the end of the day. So that means that Skydive Dubai will go into the next round. And I'm delighted to say that alongside me now in the commentary box is Sid Ben Salah. And Sid, that was a good way to start the Speed Cat run, which is new for this year, wasn't it, the Speed Cat run?
Indeed, it's new. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are live here from Arona, Italy, for round 5 of the 2013 UIM XCAT Dubai XCAT World Series. We are very, basically, we are more than satisfied from the first ever event in Stresa last week. It was a blast and it was a big success from all angles. Now we are here 25 minutes from Stresa in the beautiful town of Arona, and we're starting here live with the Speed Cat run. We started this concept last year, and when we tried to introduce this concept, we received a kind of a negative or resistance from the teams that they did not really understand the idea behind it. We designed this concept more for the spectators, for the crowds, for the media as well, because it's very simple to understand. And I can tell you, Jack, the first time we did it, when all the boats came back to the pontoon, I saw happy faces on the drivers. I said, you see, you oppose the idea completely, and now I mean, they just loved it, because it's a completely different race. Within the time, we developed the concept so much, and even the teams, they had to adjust and tune and set up the boats differently. The boats, so they don't carry too much fuel with them, so they're quite light, and even the choice of the props is completely different. But it's a good training for them for the race.
Absolutely. We're about to get the second race underway. Team Gibraltar are on the right-hand side of the picture. There goes the green flag in the 66 boat. And alongside them is Rahib in the blue boat, which is now on our left-hand side as they come towards us. And you can see Rahib pulling out in the early stages. And in fact, this is looking like a very strong run for Rahib, isn't it? As they come down towards the finish line, it doesn't look as though Gibraltar quite have the pace to stay with them.
Yeah, the main target in this in the Speed Cat run, you need to come as fast as possible from the green flag, and if you are slow from the beginning, it's almost impossible to catch the other boat.
So that means that Skydive Dubai will now go through to face Rahib in the next round, which will be the round before the quarterfinals. And then we have the semi-finals, and then obviously the final. And another beautiful location here on the Italian lakes. As we said last time in Stresa, we're used to seeing the spectacular scenery of Dubai behind these boats, but it's a very different kind of scenery, but it's just as spectacular, isn't it?
It's amazing. It's so beautiful, the nature, the landscape. It's awesome.
So there's the Rahib boat making its way back now towards the rest of the boats, because they have qualified for the next round, and it will be Spirit of Dubai versus Westerland Racing in the next round. Westerland not feeling particularly confident because their boat tends to be better in the rougher waters, whereas it's very, very flat here this weekend in Arona, which is making for some very fast racing. But it suits some boats better than it suits others, and certainly the likes of Westerland, maybe also Dubai Duty Free, really praying for a storm so that the water kicks up a bit. But at the moment it's absolutely flat, which also, does that make the Speedcat run easier for the guys?
Absolutely not. You know, when it's flat like that, it's very hard to find the right setup from the props to get the let's say the acceleration that is needed on a very, very short distance. So it's a lot of work, it's a lot of tuning to find this little inch ahead of your opponent.
So here comes the next round then. Spirit of Dubai, the boat on the left hand side. It's Westerland Racing out on the right hand side of the picture. The green flag has gone up and away we go. There is Westerland Racing in boat number 8, and they've got a very good start by the looks of things.
Indeed, looks like from the rooster tail that Westerland started quite nicely.
And you can see Spirit of Dubai with a quite high nose actually as they come through, but it's a slightly different design at the Spirit of Dubai machine as they come across the finish line now. It's going to be a comfortable victory, I'd say, for Westerland Racing.
Yeah, indeed, they crossed the finishing line first. I think inside the cockpit with Joachim Kumlin and Eric Stark, we don't have the inboard footage, but I can imagine what's going on right now inside that boat.
Absolutely, yeah. Eric Stark is here this weekend because Daniel Svensson had to return very suddenly to Sweden. So as a result, Eric Stark has come out, and he's never raced or driven a boat like this before. He's used to the smaller F2 type boats where he's had huge amounts of success, but moving from one of those small boats to something big and powerful like this must be a challenge.
It is indeed. I spoke with him this morning, and he told me that it's a completely different style of driving. But for the audience, I need to tell a little story about Eric Stark that I find a way to get it from one of his closest family, his father. Apparently when he was 12 years old, he took his daddy's car without any permission, and he got caught by a neighbor, and he didn't have a driver license, and then the neighbor asked him, do you have a driver license? He said no. So it was kind of embarrassing to the father. But yeah, I mean, his dad, he mentioned that since he was a little boy, he was always attracted by cars, speed and boats.
Absolutely, and these boats will be getting up to an awful lot of speed here, probably about 180 kilometers an hour if the conditions are right, as we look for the next race, which is going to be Dubai Duty Free against Fazza. There, the 30 boat is Dubai Duty Free. Fazza, the number 3 boat on the right hand side of your picture there, the team leading the championship in the course racing, but haven't had quite as much domination in the Speedcat runs. We'll be looking forward to seeing Qatar team coming up later on because they're very quick in a straight line, but we now wait for the...
You can see Dubai Duty Free from the rooster tail, from the spray at the back. They're trying to... yeah, here we go. I think they
got a good start.
Took a good start, but we know Fazza has a very good acceleration and a top speed, so let's see.
So here they come then through the first marker point, and I think it is Fazza who have the advantage now. They come past this camera position, but then there's still a little more to go. And despite the good start from Dubai Duty Free, you can see that Fazza are comfortably clear in this one. This is going to be an easy result, I think.
That's an easy 500 meter, or sorry, maybe less, around 250 to 300 meters gap between Fazza and Dubai Duty Free.
Arif Al-Zafin and Mohamed Al-Mari at the controls behind Fazza, and that unfortunately has knocked out Tom Barry Cotter and Paul Verrick Nielsen, who are still very new to the XCAT World Series. They made their debut last weekend in Stresa, so they're still getting used to these boats, and Fazza are through to the next round. But can they go all the way? It is surprising, as you said earlier, the teams really want to do well in this, even though it doesn't count towards the main XCAT World Series points. They still really want to win.
They have, but from next year, Jack, the speed cut run, so the teams, they will accumulate points during the season, and then we will crown not only the world champion for the official race, but we will crown the world champion on the racing, the world champion in the pole position, and the speed cut run as well. And we are thinking to give more importance to the speed cut run by basically introducing a different point system, and as well prize money as well.
Okay, so that's interesting developments for next season, but right now we're focusing on this next battle, which is Moad against Victory Team. Moad are in the white machine on the left-hand side of the picture at the moment. There's discussions going on in the pit buildings here, and there you can see the Pace Cat getting ready. Moad in boat number 4 with Omar Daniel and Gary Baller at the controls, up against Victory Team. Salim Ali Al-Adidi and Talib Al-Sayed controlling that one. So we wait for the green flag. This is actually going to be quite a close one, I think. Moad tend to be fairly decent in the Speed Cat runs, as we wait for the green flag to go. Pasquale waiting until he's absolutely happy. There goes the green flag then. Who's going to get the best getaway? Big rooster tails from both of them.
I can see Moad a little bit struggling at the start.
Yeah, the boat was bouncing quite a lot, wasn't it? An awful lot of movement as they come towards the halfway point. It looks as though Victory Team have the advantage. It's not a done deal just yet.
It's not. We can see, yeah, I think it's around 60-meter gap between the two.
And there we go. Victory Team across the line to take the win, and they move through to the next round. And now we will have the chance to see the Qatar team up against the 6th boat, Nicolini Offshore. But a great result there for the Victory Team as they progress, and they will face the winners. And there is some of the Victory Team members. Victory, a huge presence, aren't they, in the XCAT World Series? Not just this one team, but they run other boats as well.
It's the entire company, the entire company of Victory Team, where the top 7 boats are built by Victory Team, designed by Åke Manifelt from Sweden. These boats, they've proven, they're very safe because a tremendous development has been undertaken during the past 3 years. They're quite fast. They perform very well in choppy waters and in calm waters as well. Even the American design boat Dogrite, the one from boat 15, Omar Daniel and Gary Balloon as well, is quite a nice boat. But we see quite a clear dominance from Victory Team built boat designed by the Manifeld Group in Sweden.
So now we're about to see Qatar Team up against the 6th boat of Nicolini Offshore. I think that's Qatar Team on the left-hand side of shot at the moment. And Nicolini Offshore on the right. Although I might be wrong in that. It's difficult to tell at the moment, isn't it? Because it's just 2 white boats in the middle of a lake. We will wait for clarification.
The rule that they need to stay 30 meters behind the pace boat. So if they jump that, then it's a disqualification straight.
Okay, so we wait for Pasquale to raise the green flag, and then the race will be off. Away we go then, and it's Nicolini who are the furthest away from us at the moment, and they have made a good start.
Absolutely. They clear faster than 94, but we know what 94 is capable of. He proved that during the last 2 rounds.
It's going to be close, isn't it? The 94 boat is coming back. Qatar Team on the far side, but 6 seem to have quite a big advantage now. They got a great start, and it looks as though Qatar, who have won the last 2 Speed Cat runs, are going to be out in the first round.
Absolutely. It's proven now that Matteo Nicolini, finally he found the right setup for his boat. Again, it's a boat designed and built by Victory Team. He struggled a bit last time to find the right setup because he didn't spend as much time practicing and on his boat, and looks like he's quite happy with the performance of his boat.
Okay, so Six, who had a very strong pole session last time in Stresso. I think they started second after Faz's disqualification, but they fell back a little bit during the race itself, which was a shame. And there we can see.
This morning during the official practice, Six, Matteo Nicolini and Tommaso Poli, they had the fourth best timing with the 2 minutes 32 seconds and 87, and it's really close between the number 2 victory team and Skydive Dubai. I reckon that Matteo Nicolini and Tommaso Poli, they will perform very well tomorrow during the race.
Absolutely, and you can see the race live as well, both on the XCAT World Series website, which is at www.xcatracing.com, and also on Dubai TV. There you can see the victory team in discussions as we wait to see the next race, which will be Console Brokers against the Joker boat, whoever that has been decided to be, and it's going to be Dubai Duty Free by the looks of things, who lost out to Faza. And so I think it will be them up against Console Brokers.
Yeah, for sure it's a kind of a special gift to Paul Verick and Tom Baricota.
Absolutely, so we'll see what...
Finger crossed.
Yeah, absolutely. Console Brokers, another victory team boat. And Dubai Duty Free will be going up against them then. The white machine, you can see there, Console Brokers are the blue boat nearer to us as they loop around to get into position. Spray being kicked up off the back of the very impressive pace boat. Pasquale is there, he's got the green flag in his hand, and he will lift it when everyone is in the correct position, and he's happy that we're going to be getting underway. We're just doing an extra little loop or something here. Boat's going around in a bit of a circle just to make sure they're in the right spot. And more action going on here inside the custom-built facility for the teams. All the transportation and equipment has been custom-built by XCATs for this event and for further flyaway events. It's a very impressive setup, all this, isn't it?
Indeed, we are very proud with the logistic solution we have today, which is it makes it easy, cheap, and fast as well to move around from between different destinations and cities.
Okay, here we go then. The final first round race is about to get underway. Whoever wins this will actually go straight through to the quarterfinals and won't have to race in the second round. So that's a decent incentive. Console Brokers then will be on the left-hand side. Dubai Duty Free on the right-hand side. Wait for that green flag to pop up.
For sure, boat 30, Dubai Duty Free with Tom Baricota and Paul Verick, they will give the maximum. They have nothing to lose.
They've got quite a good start by the looks of things as they come down towards the halfway point. But the Console Brokers boat is really coming into it. This is very close at the moment. Through the halfway mark, I can't even call who's got the advantage. Maybe Dubai Duty Free
Dubai
now.
Duty Free, but look at the speed now of 22.
And there we go. The Console Brokers boat has managed to pull in front as they come towards the finish. Console Brokers move through to the quarterfinals. That was a close race, and in the end, Console Brokers came out on top. And that's still, though, good experience for Tom and Pal at the controls of the Dubai Duty Free boat.
For sure, Tom and Pal, sponsored by Dubai Duty Free. From the next race, we're going to see a completely different team. They came here for the first time ever to the series with the boat that really they did not have enough time to train, tune, and spend more time on the water to improve. But we will see a completely different team from next season. Sorry, the next race. From the next season, definitely they will be one of the team that will will be interesting to watch.
Yeah, absolutely, because the drivers themselves are very impressive. Paul Nilsson has 6 UIM World and European medals to his name, both offshore and circuit racing, and he's got over 230 races under his belt over the last 20 years, so he's a very experienced powerboat driver, and as a result, once he and Tom are properly up to speed, then it'll be great to see them performing. And it's great to see this view, isn't it, as we fly over the beautiful town of Arona.
It's awesome. It's awesome. Most of the teams are happy with the landscape, with the quality and the lifestyle as well of Italy and of this place.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's up to the castle that I imagine you'd get a pretty good view of the Speed Cat run if you were up on top of the turrets there. But the next race we're going to see on the Speed Cat run is going to be Skydive Dubai against Rahib in the first of our second round draws, as we get plenty of beauty shots over the more southern part of Lake Maggiore. Only maybe a half an hour drive outside of Milan here, just north of, in the northern part of Italy, just south of the Alps, and it's a fantastic area. And someone's growing some wine down there, aren't they?
Yeah.
Lovely stuff. Lovely bit of Italian wine.
Indeed.
As we see the 6th boat there, Nicolini Offshore. They will be out in a few moments' time. But first of all, we've got Skydive Dubai against Rahib. Once the boats are all back into their positions, we'll be off again. And this is where the races will start to get even tighter as we move towards the later stages of the competition. How are the initial rounds drawn? Who decides who races who in the first stages?
Yeah, yesterday we during the official teams briefing, so we do the draw, and so we decide about the first pool, if you want, and then it's automatic. It's basically whoever will lose, so they are out. We have some requests from some teams to do a kind of a double round robin. It's like in the sailing, so they're asking for more opportunity to do the match, basically. So we'll see how it goes at the end of the season, and we are considering in the future to move from a 3-day format race to a 4-day format race and give more let's say opportunity to the crowd, to the partners, to the media, to enjoy the action on the water.
Sounds good. So there we can see the second round race that's about to take place. Rahib on the left-hand side in the blue 17 boat. Skydive Dubai in the white boat.
Rahib, this year he improved quite impressively, so they've been working very hard to get the boat to a really good performance, and they are very pleased with their performance.
Rahib, the Q80 team, an awful lot of nationalities represented in the XCAT World Series. It might be a series that started off in the United Arab Emirates, but it really does have an international flavour. As we get ready to go then, green flag will be raised in a few moments' time, and Skydive Dubai, I think, will probably be favourites for this, but there goes the green flag. There comes Skydive Dubai, but Rahib have come with them in the early stages. As we can see, Skydive Dubai getting a little unsettled on the water there, up and down, but it's difficult to tell, isn't it, from the angles, who has the advantage.
The boat 7, Skydive Dubai, definitely he's leading. You can see it from this. Yeah, it's really close.
It's very close. They're coming towards the finish line now, and I think Skydive Dubai are just going to get it. Very close, that one.
That's really close. Let's see who... I mean, it's quite difficult to, from the angle we're watching this match, it's very difficult to say who crossed the finishing line first.
Skydive Dubai have turned around, and so are Rahib. So we'll see. We'll be able to tell by which one heads back to the start line. Here's a look at the replay. It's an absolute photo finish as they come across the line. Whoa, that's close, isn't it? That's very close. We will wait for confirmation It looks as though Rahib are actually heading back now towards the pontoon, and it was Skydive Dubai, by the sounds of it, who did win that, and they will be heading back. But that was some very close racing, and that's the kind of exciting action we see here in the Speed Cat run. And there's a look at the replay again. So this is the proof that Skydive Dubai won it, but that was very, very close, and it was close all the way as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was really close. It was really close. Unfortunately, for this race in Arona, we are not using the virtual eye technology. We have some technical issues. It helped a lot to quickly figure out and understand who's leading, what's the distances, the speed. So, but we'll promise our audience that this technology will be implemented from the next race.
Fantastic. Yeah, any of you who saw the action from Streza will have seen the amazing stuff that Virtual Eye can produce. So Skydive Dubai move into the quarterfinals here in the Speed Cat run ahead of round 5, heat 5 of the 2013 UIM Skydive Dubai XCAT World Series. And now we've got the next face-up, Westerland Racing against Fazza. And this is going to be an interesting one. We've got Westerland Racing, I think, on the left-hand side there, Fazza over on the right, as we wait for the green flag to go up. And there is the green flag, away they go. And who is going to get the best getaway? Looks fairly even at the moment. The boat on the left always looks closer from this angle. And as a result, the boat on the right always looks like it's in front. And at the moment, Westerland do seem to be possibly just edging it. We'll get a good view as they come past us now, when they're very close, aren't they? And in fact, Fazza might well have been able to wrestle that advantage back. And there you can see from the helicam that it is going to be Fazza who come across the line to take the win. And they move into the next round, the quarterfinals, where they will face Skydive Dubai. Sorry, that's the semi-finals, the next round. These are the quarterfinals we're on. And now we just have one more team to find from the quarterfinals, and that'll be either the Victory team or the 6th boat, the Nicolini offshore machine. But a good win there for Fazza, them against Skydive Dubai, is going to be very interesting in the semi-finals, because it's those two who we've seen battling. And there you can see the Westerland Racing boat making their way back to the wet pits after a good run from Joachim and Eric, but not quite enough. And there you can see the technology we've got going on here as well at the XCAT World Series. All those tablets are all linked up to the live timing for the teams to go and look at, which is another great step that the XCAT World Series have made this year.
We're trying to use the technology to engage basically the audience and make things easy, especially now with all the tools and the devices and the software that we developed the past year to make things easy for the viewers and even the teams to follow the race and all the actions during the weekend.
So next up we've got Victory Team versus the Nicolini offshore boat. There's the Nicolini boat on the left hand side, the white car with the Smarties livery, and then on the right hand side we've got the Victory Team boat. They will loop around and line up, and then they will head off for the chance to face Consul Brokers in the semi-final. This could be a close one as well, although I think the 6th boat will be disappointed if they don't win this one, because they are feeling very confident coming into this, and we saw them beat Qatar Team, and Qatar Team are one of the strongest at the Speed Cat runs. So I think Nicolini have to be favourites for this one, but we wait for the green flag. Huge rooster spray coming off the back there of the Victory boat as the start has been made.
This is one of the most difficult match, I think. Two strong teams, two powerful boats. Let's see.
So at the moment, it looks as though the Nicolini boat might be doing a good job at the moment as they come towards us. This is the place where we get the best vantage point, really. But actually, look at that. Victory just about have the advantage, but there's only about half a boat length in it as they come towards it. Victory are picking up the pace, and they are surely going to take the line to go through into the semi-finals, where they will face Console Brokers. That was close, but we just saw Victory coming into it in the last maybe quarter of the straight.
It was really close, really tight.
So that's a shame for the sixth boat, Nicolini offshore, with Matteo Nicolini and Tommaso Poli piloting that. And Luca Nicolini, I believe, will be back in the boat for China. And there we can see the attractive liveried Nicolini boat, and they're still getting used to this boat, aren't they? It's a new boat for them after they wrecked the other one in Dubai.
They cut the boat in half in Dubai during not even an official practice session. They just went to train and to warm the engine, and they come back with half boat.
So they're still getting used to this new boat as we now move on then to the semi-finals. We'll have two semi-finals: Skydive Dubai against Faza, which will be very interesting indeed, and then Victory Team against Console Brokers, and that will give us our pairing for the final of the Speedcat run here at the European Grand Prix in Arona in Italy on Lake Maggiore.
Once again, we see on the leaderboard for the semi-final the three boats from Victory Team, boat 33, number 3 and 7, and then we have 22 as well, Al from Italy. It's another deja vu from last weekend, so let's see what will happen, but I reckon that 33 has the potential to win this Speedcat run, but let's see what will happen.
There you can see Moad being craned out of the wet pits, and they will then be towed back around to the dry pits, which is just the other side of the kind of main shipping area here in Arona, just by the train station. And there's the Pace Cat then looking to set off Skydive Dubai and Faza. What a great battle that is going to be, and a battle that we may well see tomorrow in pole. We may well see it tomorrow in the race as well, as the Moad boat gets lifted out. There is Skydive Dubai, and I'm not quite sure whereabouts on the lake they are at the moment, but they're not in any particular rush, are they, to go and take the start? They're enjoying the view, I think.
Yeah, no, the top hatch is open just to have some air and to cool down a little bit the cockpit. Even we are here in beautiful Lake Maggiore, but I can tell you today it was quite warm. And just imagine the pilots with their racing gear, and overall inside that cockpit is like a oven.
Yeah, absolutely. As Pace Cat then leads the two of them up towards the start line again. Skydive Dubai versus Faza is going to be very, very entertaining indeed. And it's interesting when you talk to Faza about their approach to the championship, because they've got a decent points advantage in the official races, and you say to them, okay, are you just kind of, you know, going to be conservative and focus on getting the most amounts of points for the championship? No, we're going to win. We're going to. They're very, you know, there's no choice other than winning in their view.
There is no choice, and you know this is their target. So whatever they have to do for them, the target is to win.
Absolutely. There's the Skydive Dubai boat. Rashid Al-Tayer winning on his XCAT debut last weekend, and Jay Price alongside him on the throttle. And those two going up against Arif Al-Zafin and Mohammed Al-Mari in the Faza boat. And you can see the finish line, the two choppers we've got up in the sky covering this. It's there was a fantastic photo taken in Stresa last weekend. I think you tweeted it actually, Sid, and it's the Pace Cat, and it's the two boats alongside, and it's the helicopter filming, and the photo was taken from another helicopter. It's just madness, isn't it?
Yeah, and in the tweet we said we actually don't know who will cross the finishing line first. Is it the chopper or the two boats?
Absolutely. It's a fantastic scene, and the choppers get up to a decent amount of pace. I was in one for the Speedcat run in Dubai a few months ago, and you hang on. I can tell you that you certainly find something to cling on to as the boats now make their way around. Then the first semi-final, Skydive Dubai against Fazza. Skydive Dubai there on the left-hand side of shot. It'll be Fazza on the far side as we look at it. And there's the Pace Cat once more, getting ready to set these two off. Fazza look like they're a little further behind the Pace Cat at the moment, but I'm sure they'll get themselves into position, and when Pasquale is satisfied, he will lift the green flag, and this is for a place in the final then of the Speed Cat run here at the European Grand Prix. Who is going to get the best getaway? There goes the green flag. Skydive Dubai immediately put the power down, but Fazza are right with them. This is going to be very close, I think, as they come now towards the finish line. Still plenty of time to go, and it's looking close at the moment, isn't it? It looks like Fazza might just have the edge. We get a good chance to see as they come past this camera position here, and I think it is just Fazza who have got the edge. Yes, maybe 1 or 2 boat lengths between them, and Fazza are going to be moving through to the final, I think, as they come towards the finish line. Fazza win, and Fazza
Indeed
are into the final. So that's a great result for Fazza. Skydive Dubai will be a little bit disappointed, but they haven't had a strong history in the Speed Cat run last time out in Stressor either, so they won't be too shocked, but it's thumbs up from the Fazza team.
Yeah, the mechanics are very happy.
Absolutely, as you might expect, and Fazza will head back up now to face whoever wins this next semi-final we've got coming up.
Absolutely. We were saying earlier during this program that the Speed Cat run is a good practice for the teams and for the mechanics as well, to find the right setup for the start, because they try to find the right props, the right setup, because the start during tomorrow's race, it's almost 70% from the race. If you take a good start, you clear earlier than you can guarantee. That's really nice joy from the team.
Absolutely, you can't say that the teams aren't bothered about the Speed Cat run, can you? They're absolutely loving it out there, as Skydive Dubai and Fazza gave us a pretty close race. And now we will have Victory Team versus Console Brokers in the second semi-final to decide who will face Fazza in the closing stages here. And it'll be very interesting to see if anyone can stop Fazza, because Console Brokers have only done 1 run so far. They got a bye by beating the Dubai Duty Free team, so they have had it kind of easy so far as they get ready to go out for their semi-final. Everybody watching on, keen to see who will be facing Fazza in the final. Here we go then, and well, this is the trouble we're going to have. I think on the left-hand side is the Console Brokers boat, and on the right-hand side is Victory. They're very similarly liveried boats, and Victory are getting ready to take on Console Brokers then.
2 similar boats, same color, built from the same boat builder, designed by the same designer.
Exactly.
Let's see.
It's all down to the teams and the drivers now. Console Brokers with Alfredo Amato and Marco Panesi driving. Victory Team, Salim Ali Al-Adidi and Talib Al-Sayed at the wheel. So we wait for the green flag. And there is the Console Brokers boat on the left-hand side. I think we might have aborted that one. And the boats will loop back around then. There is the Console Brokers boat. And for whatever reason, the start didn't quite work out that time, so Pasquale decides to bring them back around, and we'll have another go. This allows Fazza the chance to get back into their position. And is there any disadvantage for whoever wins this, because they'll have to go straight back up and straight into the final? Is there any disadvantage to that, or not really?
Not really. It doesn't make any difference if everything is running smoothly without any technical issue or engine issue. I think you're ready to go for the next round.
So there is the Pace Cat heading back up towards the start line again, and we'll try and get that underway. It looked as though Victory Team perhaps went a little too early, because they rocketed away past the pace boat before it seemed to be ready. But we'll wait and see. Victory Team, you can see on the left-hand side of screen there, and it's the Al Al boat in the hands of the console brokers that is going to be on the right-hand side, I think, as we look at the screen when the race gets underway. The final semi-final here in the Dubai duty-free Speed Cat run. There we can see the boats now taking up their position. The Pace Cats there, ready to get underway. And hopefully this time we'll get a proper start, because this could be quite a close race between Victory Team and Console Brokers. Wait for the green flag, and then we will be underway. There is the green flag. And who's going to get the best getaway? It's very difficult to tell, as ever, from this point. And it's only when we get the chopper cam and the boats come past us here that you can really start to see, because this looks pretty close at the moment. As they come down towards the halfway point, looks as though Victory Team actually might have the advantage over Console Brokers. Yes, they do. That's Victory Team, the far boat towards us, and they are going to go into the final to face Fazza. So Victory Team come across the line, and it is they who will face Fazza in the final in a few moments' time in the Dubai duty-free Speed Cat run here at the European Grand Prix.
It will be a very interesting final, and my guess 33.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
It's 3 versus 33, all the threes.
All the trees. 3.
Yeah, exactly. But who will come out as number 1? That's the question. And you can see the Victory Team boat speeding its way back up.
I'm guessing that 33 will make a difference, or has the potential to win this Dubai duty-free Speed Cat run here in Arona, because of the design and the shape of the boat. It is the latest XCAT boat built in Victory Team. Is just I think 3 weeks old, this boat. It has a wider tunnel, quite a nice smooth round hulls, very aggressive look, and this boat she's very comfortable in this water.
How strict are the regulations when it comes to designing a new boat, like for Victory Team? Are there certain restrictions they have to work within?
Yeah, there is a certain restrictions in terms of minimum maximum length within the hull, and but then since we are transporting all the boats in an open flat track 40-foot container, so the builders and the designer, they need to find the best compromise between a good boat that can perform in the calm waters and rough conditions, and a boat that can fit in our custom design containers for transportation purpose. It's a kind of a challenge, so we put some stress and a challenge for the designers and the boat builders. But look at the top 4 or 5 winning boats. I mean, today they're all built by Victory Team, designed by OK Manifel from Sweden. I reckon that in future we might see other boat builders and designers working hard in order to enter the series.
We're looking forward to that. So we're about to have, I think, the race for 3rd position, which are the 2 losing semi-finalists, and that will be Console Brokers, who you can see on the left-hand side there in the blue 22 boat that we've just seen lose out to Victory Team, and Skydive Dubai in the white number 7 boat. So this will be the battle over who's going to finish in 3rd place, and then we will have the final race. Console Brokers against Skydive Dubai, and I think Skydive Dubai would be fairly happy if they could get on the podium, because of course we will have the podium procedure after this, where they will pick up their trophies, if they've made it onto the podium, of course. And so it'll be Console Brokers on the left, Skydive Dubai on the right, as we get ready for the penultimate match in the Dubai duty-free Speed Cat run this afternoon here in Arona. And this evening now, it's 5:20 local time. As we wait for the green flag, then you can see the rooster tails coming off console brokers as they get ready to floor it when we finally go green. Coming towards the big green buoy, that's the region in which Pasquale is able to then raise the flag. Must feel very slow while you're waiting for the flag to go. There it goes then, Skydive Dubai making a good getaway in the white boat on the right hand side. Console brokers coming with them though. And both of the boats a little more unstable than we've seen some of the boats earlier on, so maybe the wind is picking up a little bit out there. Let's see how they're doing at this halfway mark. It looks as though Skydive Dubai are comfortably clear of console brokers as they come towards the finish line. There you can see Skydive Dubai in the white boat come across the line to finish third in the Dubai duty-free Speed Cat run here at the European Grand Prix.
It's dominance from boat 7 Skydive Dubai, and by this win, so they secured the third place of the Dubai duty-free Speed Cat run.
Great stuff from Skydive Dubai, and commiserations to console brokers, but still a fourth place finish isn't too bad. But I think we'll be seeing a very happy Rashid Al-Tayer and Jade Price up on the podium after this. And there you can see the Al Al team who run the console brokers boat phoning in the news that they've only finished in fourth place, as now we focus our attention back towards the start line. The choppers are ready, the Pace Cat is getting ready, and so are our two boats that will contend the final. Fazza against Victory, as Skydive Dubai make their way back now to the wet pits. Open the hatch at the top to get a bit of air in, but it's all now going to be Fazza versus Victory Team. And that new boat of Victory Team's could be very strong here. It's looked very quick on the course so far today. It's looked very quick in the Speed Cat runs that it's competed in today. It beat the Nicolini boat, which was quite a tough ask. It also beat Moad, which tends to run fairly well in the Speed Cat runs. And then they just beat console brokers. Now only one more boat stands between them and winning the Dubai duty-free Speed Cat run here in Arona. There is Fazza, boat number 3. The defending champions currently leading the championship as well, but the Speed Cat run is an independent piece of entertainment. And there's the Pace Cat that will line the two boats up before we hurtle towards the finish line for the final time. There's the Nicolini boat being hoisted away. The finish line there with the red cone in the middle, the red buoy. And this green buoy that's nearest to us, that's around the kind of area that the green flag will be raised from. As we wait to see where the Pace Cat is and where it will have picked them up. Sorry, it wasn't that green buoy, it was this far green buoy that they will be racing from. There is the Pace Cat then, on its final approach. This is it then, this is the final match. We've had some very, very close races. We've had a few photo finishes as well. Skydive Dubai and Rahib coming across the line absolutely together, but now it's time for the final. The left-hand side of your screen is the Victory boat. The right-hand side is Fazza. The green flag will be raised by Pasquale now, and then the final will be underway. There's the green flag. Who's going to get the best start? It looks pretty even at the moment, doesn't it? These two boats you'd expect to be fairly even, but Victory Team, are they starting to pull away? That boat on the far right-hand side of your picture.
Looks Victory Team is leading.
The 33 boat looks like they might have the advantage as they come past us.
Indeed,
yes, they do.
Indeed.
It's still close though. Fazza are very much in it as they come towards the finish line, but Victory Team are just going to take it. Not by much.
Let's see.
But Victory Team look to have taken the win here. Handshakes between Victory Team and Fazza. And you can see the happiness on the
looks
faces.
like Victory Team has won this Speed Cat run. Let's see the photo finish.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get a replay.
We said it earlier that it will not be easy for either number 3 or 33.
And so Victory Team celebrating, and they have won the Dubai Duty Free Speed Cat Run then here at the European Grand Prix. A great performance from Victory Team, and well, you called it, didn't you, Sid?
I told you, Jack. I have the sixth sense. I think it's superb performance and a great day for Boat 33. They worked very hard to get the boat to up to, let's say, the level that. And here we go, Salem. He's out of the cockpit, really happy. Yeah.
Yep.
They have the machine. They have the boat for this condition.
Talib Al Sayed still in there, making sure the boat gets back to the wet pits, but.
And you know, Salem, he's quite young. He started only in XCAT, so his debut was in Abu Dhabi in January this year. And he's a very young, talented pilot from United Arab Emirates. He has a bright future.
Absolutely, and Victory Team still have a chance of winning the championship overall. There we can see the replay of the Victory Team crew. They can't believe it, can they? Absolutely delighted.
Yeah, the shore crew are absolutely happy. That's it's a good day for them. It's a good day for them. They worked very hard between the two races, and let's see tomorrow morning for the pole position.
Yep, I wouldn't put it past them getting a good result there as well, because they've looked very quick so far this weekend. And it's the Victory Team who have taken victory in the Dubai Duty Free Speed Cat Run. As they now pull into the wet pits, a round of applause from everyone down there. We're still seeing the choppers flying around.
Straight after the minute the boats they come back to the pontoon, to the race pontoon, the wet pit area, will proceed straight to the podium for the prize giving.
Absolutely. So you can see the Fazza boat have pulled in. There's an awful lot of camaraderie, isn't there, between the drivers. As soon as the Skydive Dubai team won last weekend in Stressor, the first people to congratulate them were Fazza. It's great to see.
Yeah, it's not only between the three boats from Victory Team, but the beauty and one of the asset we have in this discipline, in this class, the XCAT class, all the teams, it's like a big family. They help each other, they support each other, they exchange parts between each. It's amazing. It's really amazing, this class.
Yep, absolutely.
And I think they pushed Taleb.
Yeah,
he's one man overboard. Here we go. They're pulling him from the pontoon.
Excellent. So Taleb having a little bit of a swim to cool down after that hard work, taking the victory.
We can see as well Pasquale Cisana, the operation director, and the start marshal as well, very happy and pleased with the success of Stresa last weekend and so far Arona this first day. Thank you very much, Jack. I have to proceed to the podium,
sure,
but we'll ask all the audience that tomorrow morning will be the pole position in the morning, and the race will be at 4:30 Italy local time. It will be live on Dubai TV Sport in Arabic and English channel, and Webstream live in Italian language and English language on www.xcatracing.com. So please join us, and we'll promise you a good show on the water.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Sid, for joining us for the Speed Cat Run here in Arona. And it's been thoroughly entertaining. Make sure, as Sid said, you join us tomorrow, because it's the 5th heat in the 2013 UIM Skydive Dubai XCAT World Series. But a fantastic performance from the Victory Team to take victory here in the Speed Cat Run. Will they be able to repeat that tomorrow? Make sure you join us for all the action from Arona tomorrow.